Hello, all of you know the US presidential election is going to take place on 8th November 2016. Tough fight is going on between Mr. Donald Trump, Republican candidate, and Mrs. Hillary Clinton, Democratic Party candidate. Everyone wants to know who is going to win. In this video produced by ARFE channel of ARFE CHANNEL consists of astrologer to various eminent persons, including Prime Minister of a neighboring country, a former civil servant, inventor of astrological clock, watch pattern published, which will give a day-to-day guidance which is being launched shortly, a Vastu consultant and doctors which is doing a lot of research on astrology and other esoteric sciences. The details of which you will learn later in this video. The horoscope of presidential candidate are analyzed through Ashtaka Varga, a tough mathematical but very effective predictive tool in astrology. For details and to understand, you have to go through what is written in each page carefully. In this unique analysis, possibility of World War 2019 and who can bring glory to America and relief to the world, whether Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, based on Ashtaka Varga is also analyzed based on Vedic Indian astrology. Many articles have come on various astrological magazines, YouTube, etc. with detailed discussions on the horoscope of presidential candidates. To avoid repetitions and to save time, I am directly going for the Ashtaka Varga aspects, mainly which has not been touched in many articles. For Donald Trump on election day in the sign of Aquarius as 28 bindus in Sarvashtaka Varga as per the birth chart. The same for Hillary Clinton is 26 on the same day. That way election day is more favorable to D. Trump than Hillary Clinton. Overall Ashtaka Varga with transit position Ashtaka Varga points being equal, indicating close contest and photo finish with a narrow margin. However, the current transit of major political and slow-moving planets like Jupiter, Saturn, Mars, Sun has 16 bindus for Donald Trump and 10 bindus for Hillary Clinton, thus showing more favorable position for Donald Trump towards victory. As far as overall Sarvashtaka Varga wise position of birth chart is concerned, currently the major slow-moving planet Saturn is going through Scorpio with 30 bindus for Donald Trump and 22 bindus for Hillary Clinton, and Jupiter is going through Virgo with 28 bindus for Donald Trump and 25 bindus for Hillary Clinton. Thus here again showing more favorable position for Donald Trump towards victory. After Mars transit to Capricorn on 2nd November 2016 from 23 bindus in Sarvashtaka Varga goes up to 27 bindus for Donald Trump and goes down from 30 bindus to 22 bindus for Hillary Clinton. There will be surge of support from uniformed service people, administrators, business class towards Donald Trump after 2nd November 2016. Next is the context of turmoil of violence in different parts of the world. We have to see whether we are moving towards Third World War in September 2019. If so, who is best suited for USA and to the world, Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton? Let us discuss now this aspect. There is astrological theory and Devakaralam states that whenever transit Ketu conjoins Saturn in transit, a horrible war takes place between two countries. When such conjunction occurs, devastating fires and destruction of human beings are caused by the thieves or soldiers, etc. Such things have happened in the past. Example, World War II took place. China invaded India in 1962 when Israel declared war in Egypt in around September 1973 when all Saturn Ketu conjunction had happened. Similar results happen when Ketu trines Saturn at 120 degrees or 240 degrees. Now Ketu Saturn conjunction is going to take place on 28 September 2019, a Saturday. In that context, if we see the last about 8 years of rule of Mr. Obama during the Hillary Clinton Secretary of Stateship of USA, ISIS was formed, and as rightly told by Mr. Donald Trump, this period of 8 years has been the worst possible terrorist attacks in Europe, especially in the year 2015 and 2016. Whether you take France, Belgium, Turkey, Germany, or other European countries by ISIS or its parent Al Qaeda or related groups. Obama administration has nothing to its credit in tackling worldwide terrorism in the last 8 years except the elimination of bin Laden a few years back. What happened to provisions of NATO? Where is it now? What is it doing? What USA has done jointly when NATO members are attacked repeatedly by jihadi ISIS group? The dismantling of Guantanamo Bay detention camp GTMO by Obama and release of prisoners has only added to the spurt in terrorist activities worldwide. What Mr. Obama could have done is he could have stopped the torture but not have released the war criminals, which and the withdrawal of American troops from Iraq, Afghanistan, etc. ultimately led to the formation of ISIS. It is certainly a failure of Obama administration and the Democratic Party as rightly told by Mr. Donald Trump. In this context, if the same party's candidates under whose tenureship the ISIS was formed got strengthened becomes US president, then what will happen to the USA and to the world is the question. During this Obama's administration, we saw a lot of interest happening in various African, Asian countries, in particular in North African countries like Egypt, Libya, Yemen, Sudan, Nigeria, and Asian countries like Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan. These facts are known to everyone. The fear and the respect the other countries had towards superpower USA, what will happen to them if they indulge in wrong actions has vanished in the last 8 years. The worst thing that had happened to USA in the last 8 years of Obama administration in the world is the old Cold War situation is slowly returning. As earlier we had USA and USSR rivalry. After USSR breakup, USSR is being replaced by China now, and China is emerging fast as a focal point and trying to take up the old USSR role. And during Mr. Obama's rule and his mishandling of foreign policies, even Russia is becoming closer to China. China is encouraging terrorist countries like Pakistan, North Korea, etc. Further, Obama administration, while talking that it is trying to control the terrorism, was aiding and abetting the growth of terrorism knowingly or unknowingly. The best example is the massive economic aid to Pakistan. The country rightly called by Mr. Modi, Indian PM, as the motherland of terrorism, with lot of terrorist factories and exporting terror to the various countries of the world. Pakistan, while telling the USA that it will control the terrorism and control the Taliban and Haqqani network, etc., are going on promoting terrorism by arm twisting and cheating the USA while taking all the financial aid from America and promote and export a lot of terrorism to Afghanistan and to India, and at times also exporting terror to USA. Also, with how many Pakistani, Afghanistani terrorists are caught or created terrorist activities in USA in the last 7-8 years are well known to everyone. With American aid, Pakistan was buying weapons from China in the name of controlling terrorism, but favoring the Chinese economy as well as if it is not sufficient, supplying the atomic technology to North Korea through their Pakistani nuclear scientists, thus working against the USA interest as well. Obama administration was blind to all these developments and to the dubious role of Pakistan, that is taking a lot of aid from USA but using the same money for promoting terrorism worldwide and also acting against USA interest. If America would have stopped aid to the Pakistans 8 years back, half the terrorism in the world would have stopped by this time. USA, which was looked as its ferocious tiger during the Republic governance of Mr. Bush, has become a paper tiger in the last 8 years of Democratic Party's rule of Mr. Obama. In that context, if we see the Saturn-Ketu conjunction happening in September 2019, world needs a powerful USA, that is pre-2008 USA. That is possible only if Donald Trump wins. His qualities are good as per various planetary placement than Hillary Clinton's, even though Mr. Trump may be criticized for his some sharp-tempered remarks of lack of diplomacy. To a minor degree, Mr. D. Trump is being mistook for his frankness. Being frank is better than concealing an hypocritical behavior of his rival. Thus, if you see planetary strength by Ashtaga, even though the last 3 debates may rate Hillary Clinton as having more popularity, but ultimate victory is reserved for Donald Trump, which will do good to the USA and to the world at large. So, Mr. Donald Trump is winning. Other astrological factors that favor Donald Trump victory are the following. Trump has various better Raja Yogas and Dhani Yogas than Hillary Clinton. Trump has similar Nichabanga Raja Yoga relating to Moon as Modi. The Indian PM has that too in the same moon sign. Only stars are different. Because of this, once elected, both will have excellent coordination in tackling world terrorism. Trump is now through favorable dasa, which can elevate him to high position of presidency. If we see from moon sign, Trump has Mars in his 10th house. If we see from Lagna, he has Sun in the 10th house. Both occurring Digbalas with Ashtagavarga points of 29 and 34 respectively, which can make him a king, a president. Whereas Hillary Clinton has only 22 points in her 10th house from her moon sign, which will not bless her with such a high office. For Hillary Clinton, the transit of Jupiter and Saturn are quite adverse as they are transiting through 25 and 22 Ashtagavarga points, that to 8th from moon sign and 12th from Lagna. As far as Jupiter is concerned, there is one Tamil song related to Jupiter transit which states earlier, when Jupiter is transited 8th, Vali lost his kingdom. When Jupiter transited 12th, Ravana lost his kingdom. As far as Saturn is concerned, it is 10th and 2nd transit from moon sign from Lagna respectively for Hillary Clinton. That too trine transit to 4 planets under Nadi principles, which is again adverse to her. Therefore, Hillary Clinton will face defeat. As far as Jupiter is concerned, Donald Trump has excellent transit position in 2nd and 11, which can help his elevation nicely. Thus, if you see planetary strength by Ashtagavarga and other astrological aspects concerned, it may be repeated that even though the last 3 debates may rate Hillary Clinton as having more popularity, but ultimate victory is reserved for providence for Donald Trump, which will do good to USA and to the world at large. So, Mr. Donald Trump is winning. So, advance best wishes to him. Good luck.